for your first question?
Yes.
The term community is used very loosely within our organization, with multiple interpretations of this term relating to the people or the space itself. What does community mean and look like to you? And why is it important to be involved in a cultural community like Samahan during one's college experience?
So I had the fortunate opportunity of joining Samahan. This is my first year at SSU. Joining Samahan fall semester, and what pushed me to be a bigger part of this organization and to be a bigger part of this culture is this community that's built up here at SCSU. I think that community, like you said, can be described on a whole bunch of different levels, but the thing that sticks out to me is what Samahan means, unity. And you can't spell community without unity. Can you repeat the question? There's just a second part.
Why is it important to be involved in a cultural community like Sabal during one's college experience?
I think that growing up in South Bay, there are some Filipino organizations. I attended Benita Vista High School, where there were some Filipinos who attended my high school, but the majority of them were not Filipinos and not people who looked like me, sounded like me, shared the same experiences with me. And I think once I got into college, whether that be UCSD, SDSU, I think what excited me is the fact that there was, whether I chose one of those two schools, there was an organization there for me, for people who looked like me, sounded like me, who had the same experiences as me. And I think it's important for me as a Filipino American to learn about that, especially where I come from, how being Filipino will manifest itself into my future. And I think it's just a good experience for anyone who is Filipino to join these kinds of organizations because of what it can give you.
All right. Moving on to your second question. As Community Affairs Coordinator, you serve as a representative for the FCC. This body includes the likes of UCSD's KP, USD's FUSO, Southwestern College's Pakaisa, and possibly CSU San Marcos's KA. What's the importance of this collaboration, and how do you intend to collaborate with the other organizations to ensure that our relationships are strong and mutually beneficial?
So I kind of was thinking about this as I was preparing to give this community speech. I think the FCC, the Filipino Collegiate Collaborative, is very important in maintaining not only the Filipino American presence within our own communities and our own schools, but the larger San Diego community, as all of these organizations are in South Bay. I think a way we can become more cohesive and more together as an FCC is to maybe hold an event before FCC picnic and maybe one after FCC preview night, just to kind of keep the connection going. I know this is something that we wanted to implement this year. I think it's something that I want to implement next year. Maybe another, whether that be like a volleyball tournament between all the FCC orgs, or just to kind of get together, like something similar to the picnic, FCC picnic that we do every year. I think it's really important for us to keep that connection because it's very beneficial to not only SCSU and Samahan, but all the other orgs as well. Is that can you repeat the question one more time? I just want to make sure.
The first question or the second?
Can you repeat all of it?
As Community Affairs Coordinator, you serve as a representative for the FCC. This body includes the likes of UCSD's KP, USC's FUSO, Southwestern College's Pakaisa, and possibly CSU San Marcos's KA. What is the importance of this collaboration, and how do you intend to collaborate with the other organizations to ensure that our relationships are strong and mutually beneficial?
Okay, I think that.
Are you ready for your audience
Yes.
question? Community, by definition, is not limited to physical boundaries such as those of the SCC campus. What is your current understanding of the state of the Filipino community here in San Diego, the US, and globally? And how do you plan to help Samahan engage with this community?
Right. I think with the state of the Philippines as it is, I would like to work with political, not only as an able colleague, but also being able to amplify the messages of those in the Philippines. Through FACN 39, we told the story of the Marcos regime and how his administration has oppressed our people, and I think that's an important message for us to share. It's an important message for us to amplify. It's an important message for us in the States to know about, and it's important to know that those are our people that are suffering back in the Philippines. As for the Filipino American community in the States, and I guess in general South Bay, I know there are a lot of Filipino American organizations in San Diego. I think by the nature of the community affairs coordinator, I think it is that position's job to continue reaching out to those organizations, continue to make those connections, supporting other Filipino organizations like we have. I think that. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yes. All of it?
Just the question mark.
Okay. What is your current understanding of the state of the Filipino community here in San Diego, the US, and globally? And how do you plan to help Samahan engage with this community?
How I plan to help Samahan engage with this community. We have ties to House of the Philippines, COPA organizations, Anak Bayan. I don't know if we have a connection with Pasakit, the Filipino dance company, but I recently read something about their studio space flooding, and as community affairs coordinator, I wanted to reach out to them and help them build that community back up. I was not fortunate enough to be part of that community, but I was around that community. And I think all of these organizations are worth me reaching out to them, maintaining that connection, and being able to support them as AB Solomon.